You might have heard a lot of honking at the Capitol today, and here's why. Uber and Lyft drivers were rallying in support of a bill that would make them employees instead of contractors. The plan on the table is a big deal, one of the first attempts to regulate the gig economy. But it is controversial, so let's take a deep dive.
I'm Giacomo Luca at the state capitol, where rideshare drivers from across the state are rallying today for a bill that could dramatically change California's emerging gig economy. Those are companies like Uber and Lyft who hire workers as independent contractors. But under this new bill, if it's passed, it could make those companies treat their workers as employees.
Although it's important to note there's a fair share of drivers who oppose this bill. They want to remain independent contractors.
Now, the assembly member who sponsored this bill, Lorena Gonzalez, she says these companies have been misclassifying their workers for years in efforts to skirt the state's labor laws to avoid paying things like Social Security or unemployment insurance. While companies like Lyft say they support modernizing labor laws, they say AB 5 would take away from the customer experience and remove the flexibility of drivers being able to set their own hours. And then there's industries that would see a ripple effect if this bill passed. I'm talking about semi-truck drivers and travel agents who have had a long history working as independent contractors. While some of those industries have flat out said they're against it, others have said that they'd be willing to support the bill if exceptions were made.
All right, so here's what's next. The bill still has to pass the Senate. It's headed to a committee vote later this week. Then it will go to the Senate floor. Lawmakers have until September 13th to pass it before their session ends.